Watch the AI long enough, and you start to notice something strange. It never makes the same call twice. Monday, it names a file one way. Wednesday, asks the same kind of question, it names it another. Friday, a third. Nobody changed their mind. The AI just walked into each session with no idea what it decided last time. So it decided fresh and decided differently. That drift, the project slowly arguing with itself, is the second reason vibe coding falls apart. There are no rules. So here's what I want to give you in the next few minutes. I want you to see exactly why no rules turns into drift. Not as a vague, be more organized, but the actual mechanism. One missing piece, the AI guessing in the gap, and the guesses piling up until the project fights itself. Then I'll show you what fills the gap and where you go to build it for real. By the end, you'll be able to spot drift the moment it starts and know the one thing that stops it. First, what a rule even is, because most people building with AI have never written one and don't know they're missing them. A rule in a project is a convention the AI follows on every decision it makes. How files get named, how errors get handled, what pattern is required here, what pattern is off limits, what good actually looks like in this specific project. Not a suggestion you make once in a chat. A standing line the AI checks before it builds anything. Most vibe-coded projects have none of those written down anywhere. And that's the whole problem, because the AI still has to make those calls. It makes thousands of small ones across a build. Every name, every folder, every way of handling a thing that can go wrong. With no rule to follow, it doesn't skip the decision. It guesses. Sometimes the guess happens to match what you wanted yesterday. Often it doesn't. And you don't notice the mismatch until much later, when two of those guesses are sitting in the same project, pointed in different directions. Let me make that concrete, because this is the part that clicks. Say your app needs to handle errors. Session 1, you're building a feature, something can fail, and the AI handles it by quietly logging it and moving on. Fine. Session 2, different feature, different chat, something else can fail. And this time, the AI pops a message up on the screen for the user. Also fine, on its own. Session 3, a third spot, and now it just stops the whole thing cold and crashes out. 3 reasonable choices, each one defensible by itself. But your app now handles failure 3 different ways, and you picked none of them. When something breaks, you can't even predict how it'll behave, because there was never one answer, just whatever the AI reached for that day. Now take that one example and run it across everything. Naming, folder structure, how data moves, how dates get formatted, how the pieces talk to each other. Every one of those is a settled question that never got settled, redecided from scratch, in isolation, every single session. That's not the AI being careless. That's the AI doing its best in a project that never told it what the answer was supposed to be. The conventions multiply, they start colliding, and the build quietly turns into an argument you didn't know you were having. Here's the line that names the fix, and it's worth holding on to. Rules turn AI work from a per-prompt negotiation into a governed process. Without rules, every conversation renegotiates everything from zero. With them, the AI starts every session already knowing what to follow, what to skip, and what is simply non-negotiable. It stops guessing in the gaps. It stops relitigating questions you answered weeks ago. It executes against a standard, instead of improvising a new one each time you open a chat. And in a real project, that standard is a thing you can see. It's a written rules file, 10, maybe 20 short rules, each one a single plain line of what to do, plus the reason it exists underneath. The AI reads that file before it does anything that matters, and the rules don't get negotiated, they get followed. That's it. That's the difference between a project that drifts and one that holds its line. Not a smarter prompt, a written standard the AI can't wander away from. Building that file, knowing which rules to start with, how to write them so they actually hold, and how to catch the new ones your own project is trying to teach you. That's the rules phase of the method. It's the second of the 5, and it's where the full fix lives. We get to it in the next module. That's where the way out gets built. Next, though, one more missing piece. Because even once the AI is following your rules, there's still the question of whether what it built actually works. Not it ran, works. That's the third reason vibe coding fails. And it's the one almost everybody gets wrong. No verification. I'll meet you there.